Ladies and gentlemen, you are about to see scenes of the daily life in the Yitzhak Day School in Toronto. If you were ever concerned that students on this continent, and this includes your child, are not prepared or able to learn intensively, I trust you will soon be convinced to the contrary. One can attain a high level of educational achievement in both the Jewish and general fields. There is furthermore no need to sacrifice any part of the academic or physical program as long as one believes implicitly that education is the only means for the development of personality. You will see activities on various levels, from kindergarten to the end of junior high school in both departments, the Hebrew and the general studies. It is hoped that some of our success in integrating Torah in Derech Eretz, that is,
from the earliest days of the Eitz Chaim schools, students are nurtured, and when they graduate from the school, they are fully prepared to enter the numerous yeshivas, Beis Yankov, and other Jewish high schools to which most students go on to attend. For students of the 5th grade and up, the day starts early with the junior minyan, conducted by pupils with rabbis participating. At the end of the day, school closes with Mincha or Mariv assemblies, these too conducted by students. Following on from the junior services, students take over the services in the adjoining synagogue once a year, and due to their previous experiences are fully versed in the order of the services. Numbers increasing rapidly and somewhat limited facilities, it is necessary to operate on numerous schedules. Thus, whilst some children are seen entering school shortly after arrival, others are seen still playing. The background of the children is extremely diverse, with students attending the school coming from all the continents of the world, as far apart as Australia and Morocco. Socially, they integrate quickly, and despite any barriers, all adjust well. And, conscious of being filmed, our clowns show their antics. Kindergarten group is shown being taught by the preschool supervisor, Mrs. Kirchner. Prior to entering grade 1, the children are given a sound grounding in Hebrew and English preparatory readiness courses. Students are shown expressing differences in sizes and gender in Hebrew.
בבקשה. מי גדול ומי קטן? אפרים גדול ויום קטן. יפה מאוד. שבו ילדים בבקשה. ויזם בואי בבקשה. קרן גומי. בואי הנה. עכשיו מי גדולה ומי קטנה. זבים גדולה, קרן קטנה. ויזם גדולה וקרן קטנה. זה נכון בני. שבנה בנות?
And so to one of the first grade classes being taught by Mrs. Kurtz, the transition from kindergarten to grade school is made smoother and the learn by play method is used in achieving an intensive course of studies with the specific aim of a sound knowledge of Hebrew by the end of the school year. In the General Studies Department, a Grade 1 is shown learning reading with their teacher, Mrs. Mannheim. Their work in Hebrew language not only allows them to acquire fluency in two languages, but facilitates a more fluent grasp of English, this being verified by inspectors and teachers' comments.
Yes, she's not small, isn't she?
You know who's there? At that downstairs. Oh, look! This is our house. We are locked up. I do not know which way to go. We are very curious. You can stand on you. Oh, yes, I am locked up. Grandma, we can go too. We want to go home, but we do not know which way to go. You will say, Grandma, what is your name?
What's the name of the man? Big Dylan, who is Big Bill really? Well, not an ordinary man, a special man. Yes, that's right, a policeman.
You know Mr. Sally said, I live at home and I want to fight it. I do not know where my home is.
Mera posso paperon ang din, siya trechim lasois aron.
Nakosu do otu alon ate shiki.
Tot mooi, tagili mo siya, maha orak siya oroy din.
Orak siya moroy amosayin roketi.
Hoy, maha rokak siya oroy.
Rokat siya moroy amobuketi.
Okay, maha koy mo siya oroy.
Akoy mo siya
Here, a fourth grade being taught by Mr. Eisner. Included in their course of studies are Chumash, Navi, Rashi and Mishnah, which demands much from students at this level. Learning is made much the pleasanter by the use of numerous educational aids. Here, in a lesson on the Oran, the students use a model built by students to help in their achieving a deeper understanding of the subject matter and thus retain their knowledge more readily.
But can Ruchoi at Tovim.
Okay, that's all. Maish oi.
And in learning Yehoshua, the students use maps to make more vivid the context.
Eretz Yisrael HaMizrachi.
Ayardain, Machalei, Es Eretz Yisrael, Hamaravish, Min Eretz Yisrael, Hamizrachi.
Okay.
בבקשה, תאמרי לי עוד מה זאת אומרת זה הדבר. אמרו בכל אמר השם. הם מבואסם, אמרו בכל אמר השם. זה מוישה אמר.
In the 6th grade, shown here, the class taught by Mrs. Feinstadt learn at an ever-deepening level the status of Moses, the Aggadic interpretation of his prophecy, and his status as compared with the other prophets. As with all girls' classes, a high standard of attainment is aimed for.
ראו את נבואתם ובכה. ומוישה, הוא ידע את הדבר, וזה הדבר.
From nutrition of the mind to that of the body, in the lunchroom, cooked meals are a facility offered to all students wishing to purchase them, with a planned menu being provided. who bring their own meals, both milk and soft drinks are made available. Crowding, whilst having been much eased by staggered meal schedules, still exists, with, however, not overmuch discomfort. Two students are shown leading the communal benching, grace after meals. And whilst the junior students lunch, the seniors who have eaten at an earlier sitting return to their second Hebrew session, the grade 7 shown here being taught by Rabbi Wurzberger, in common with all boys' grades from 5 and up, have a somewhat longer Hebrew program of studies, 25 hours a week, compared to the 15 hours of the juniors. And here, taught by Mrs. Hauer, the graduating class of the girls' school, a grade 9.
משניות הוכנסו לספר המשנה. איך קוראים לאלה שנשארו בחוץ? מרים הזאת, ברייתות, נכון. איך נקראים חכמינו שפרשו את המשנה אחרי חתימתה? מרים?
In place of Gemara, the girls are given a deeper knowledge of the Hebrew language, and in their curriculum are included the numerous commentaries on the Torah, Ramban, Rashban, and Radak, to name only a few. In this lesson, the character and history of the Talmud are discussed.
באיזה שנה נחתם הספר הזה? איך נקרא הספר הזה? הגמרא, שם אחר לגמרא. התלמוד, יש לא רק תלמוד בבלי, איזה תלמוד יש עוד?
Thus, as a learned group, they will form the nucleus of our future Orthodox Jewish mothers, and with a deep knowledge and love of learning, will enter numerous professions as creative Jewish women.
תקופת הסבוראים ומתחילה תקופת הגאונים? היא נגמרת ב-638 אחרי מה קרה ב-638? חידוש אלף חזר ערבים ערבים. נכון. ובכן, עוד פעם, האם תוכלנו להגיד לי על משהו על הערבים? מדוע הם הצליחו עכשיו לצאת ולכבוש ארצות חדשות. פרסיה, מוחמד ייחד אותם ולימד אותם שהם ילכו להילחם בטייס כדי להפיץ את הדת האסלאם. כך, דת האסלאם זאת הדת החדשה של הערבים. איזו דת הייתה להם לפני האסלאם? במה הם האמינו לפני האסלאם? חנה, הכעבה היה רק חלק ממה שהם העריצו, אבל מה הם היו? לכל אחד היה לשפה עברית.
יבואו יש סלמונים על הסצנה, יש סלמונים על הסצנה.
Taught by their rabbi, Rabbi Kaplan, we see one of the graduating class 9s. These students are prepared for entry to the high yeshivas, where in fact some 90% continue their studies. The course of studies is essentially high, combining both the Gemara content of the great yeshivas, at least 10 hours a week from grade 5, and all the other subjects normally taught in Jewish schools, neither being sacrificed for the other. The response by the students to this demanding course is remarkable, and many boys on graduating to higher yeshivas are accelerated to higher grades.
צבע על האחד, אז יוצא 6. עכשיו שמחזיר לו אם אין 7, אז הוא גם כן נותן לו 6, אז אין כבר פה אין הבדל. אז הגמרא עונה שזה הסיבה, שהצבע היה יותר בזאת, שעכשיו לא כדאי לו כבר להחזיר את זה. זה עלה כל כך בזאת שלא כדאי לו. צבע לא כדאי.
אמרינה יש סלמון על הצבע,
אז הוא יכול לתת לו את זה. אבל לתת לו אין 7, אז הוא משלם.
In the end of the Gemara, for Yeshua Salmoni al Gabei Tzemer, or Eishva Salmoni al Gabei Tzemer,
The topic being discussed requires concentration and ability of a high level. The point in question being one of legal finesse. Does paint, when applied to an object, lose its identity, merely becoming an attribute or not?
And the Salmoni belongs to whom?
Previously shown studying Gemara are now being taken for a physical education class by their instructor, Mr. Johnson. The eagerness in which their approach to all subjects on the curriculum indicates a well-balanced program, as well as an adjusted and contented student. Basic bodily skills are taught, as well as games. Competitions are held. Thus all the finer aspects of Torah and Derech Eretz are nurtured in their daily school life. Housed in the junior high school building, the laboratory provides an essential workplace for all students of this department. Shown here is a 7th grade class learning general science. Class, now graduated to the Besyakov High School, the class is being taught by Mr. Burton, a member of the junior high school staff.
And in solution, Doma?
Of ammonium chloride.
Right. Now, we connect the voltaic cell to the galvanometer, and we are now producing current. What type of current is this? Current rather than static. Right. So will you press this button and give us the reading of the galvanometer?
It's 0.9 volts.
0.9 volts. So we are now producing current electricity from the voltaic cell, and we can measure it on the galvanometer.
With the rapid growth of the school, optional subjects and courses such as typing are now offered. Here, a junior high school typing class is taught by Mrs. Sislak. Within so large a school, a health room is an essential service and provides the much-needed facilities for the everyday minor cuts and scrapes. A full health program is also provided by the school, including the services of a nurse and a dentist. Thanks mainly to the Mothers Association and other generous donors, the Levy Library forms a vital arm of the school. Much of the stock has been presented by the public, often to mark notable events, such as births, bar mitzvahs and weddings. However, due to lack of classroom space, the library also serves as a part-time remedial classroom, where students with educational problems receive individual assistance to restore them to their normal class level. From the classroom to the nerve center of the school, one doubts whether parents appreciate the vital task performed by a conscientious and devoted office staff who are much responsible for the smooth running of a school. And in closing, scenes from various teachers' meetings are shown here. Faced by the task of both teaching and doing so under pressures of time, the staff have shown themselves to be efficient and conscientious to the extreme. It is with the teachers eventually that the giving of knowledge lies, the training of skills and the forming of all desirable trades within our young community.